So today I'm going to deal with that nasty little chip shot, or actually it's a pitch shot. I got a 56 I'm dealing with today. And as you get older, chipping becomes harder and harder, and I don't know why that is. I guess when we were younger, we practiced chipping and putting all the time. And now that we're older, we don't practice it anymore. But I've been making it a concerted effort to get out there and practice. And I tried all the greats online and having trouble. And then I went back to my old way that I used, and I'm going to teach you what that is. What your old way was, and when you chipped very well as a kid, it's probably going to work better than the new way, unless you're flexible. See, I'm not. So that takes a lot of the new ways out the window. But anyway, I'm going to give you some tips that I came up with, and I think they're going to help you. So come on back and we'll get right to it. So if you've watched any of my videos, swing videos, you know one of the most important things for me as a guy with not too much flexibility is to be able to use this right elbow as a hinge. And I do it with this pitch shot too. Now this shot, even though it's, I don't know, 35 yards, it gets to you on the course, especially if you have a tight lie, because you don't want to scull it. So timing is important, but use your right elbow as a hinge. So you're not out. You can still take it to the outside with the elbow that way, but don't leave your body so much, because then your arc will be all messed up. So I use my right elbow as a hinge and just hit it. Now, when it's on grass, remember, I got a 56 with a little bounce. When it's on grass, remember, you don't have to hit it right at the ball. You can be just before the ball, and it won't affect your shot too much, especially if you're sculling them. You can just sweep it. Sweeping is the key. Elbow against side, sweep. Just like that. Not that hard a shot once you get used to it. It's just right there. Ooh, I'm right on it. Yeah, but if you got the yips or you got anxiety about it, makes it twice as hard. My advice to you, if you got anxiety, figure out what you're going to do before you get to the course, and then play around that you don't care what you score, and just hit these shots all over the place. Because when you're on a course and you hit these shots under pressure, see, practice isn't pressure. Practice, you get into a groove, and doesn't help. But when you're on the course, it's pressure. So get on a course. The more I play hitting the shots well, the better I am. But make sure your tempo is even. If you're sculling the shots, this is, like I said, a 30, 35. If you're sculling the shots, you probably, tempo is really fast. So to get by that, and you're probably just rushing a short one because you don't want to scull it. So the first thing we do, according to the man who designed these wedges, Volke, he wants you to open the face slightly. So use the bounce, right? That's the first thing you do. Then you make sure that you don't have too much club for the lie, meaning if the lie is higher at the ball than it is at your feet, make sure you choke up accordingly so you are hitting it smooth. I don't know how many shots I've chunked because the ball's higher than my feet and I have the club gripped at the bottom of the handle here. So make sure that you can sweep it and don't worry about it. But like I said, if you're sculling the shots, take more backswing and let it just fall into the shot, as opposed to taking not enough backswing. Take more and go like that. See, I have to work on getting the hip over there. But if you're sculling them, take more backswing and then let it down. Another thing that happens when you got kind of the yips is you begin to hit at the ball. And we don't want to hit the ball. We want to sweep the grass. Right? So if you're hitting the ball, meaning you're trying to hit it like a regular shot and your hands are getting all over the place on it, here's a good tip. And it's a drill. You can do it on the course once you get it down, but it's a drill at first. And that is come back here, and when you're right down here, just take your head and put it toward the target. So you're basically bailing your head out right before, so you don't feel like you're hitting at the ball. You just head out, head out, just like that. As you can see, my head left much earlier than my strike. Well, not much earlier, but a little bit earlier. So remember to use that as a drill if you got the yips because you're hitting at the ball. Just get it in here and then let the head go, and you'll see the ball come into view flying right at the target. Let me do it again. See? My head left before impact. And believe that does wonders for your confidence, because now you're actually just letting the club go through impact, and that's nothing but a win. So I was just playing with a guy yesterday, and he was in the rough, and he had a 60, and he rolled the ball in the. You should never roll a ball while you're in the rough with a 60. If anything, you should hit it fat, because you don't have to hit the ball. You can just hit behind the ball and let it just go like that. So you can hit about this much back of the ball, you're still okay. So you can even put your club down where you want it to make it impact, about 2 inches or an inch and a half behind the ball, and you're good. Hit it. So those are the three things I have to say about hitting this pitch shot. And believe you me, it drives you crazy when you hit a couple of good shots and you destroy the hole by hitting a lousy pitch shot. So again, if you're sculling them, take it back a little further, let the club come down, use your right arm as a brace or a guidepost. Okay. Number one. Number two, as a drill, if you're hitting the ball, pull your head out of there just before impact. Just like that. Pull it right out of there. Almost giving it a mini Annika Sorenstam. Just pull it right out of there. You don't have to see the club hit the ball. Right? Simple. Especially when you got anxiety about hitting at the ball. So right around here, when you feel like you're going to make good contact, just take the head out of it. Go right to the target. And believe me, once you use these techniques on the course, because it's one thing to practice, 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 and then when you play, no, it's not the same, because you got so much more pressure because you don't want to make a double bogey or triple bogey or whatever you're going to make. But those are the three things I got about using a 56 little 30-yard pitch shot, and that should help you out. So until next time, hit 'em well.